CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting. I'm Matt Piper in New York. Florida has once again broken its own COVID-19 record, 12,408 new hospitalizations of those fighting off the virus. They're the worst numbers in the country, but Republican Governor Ron DeSantis says if President Biden tries to impose mandates, he'll stand in the way.
If you're trying to restrict people, impose mandates, if you're trying to ruin their jobs and their livelihoods and their small business, if you are trying to lock people down, I am standing in your way, and I'm standing for the people of Florida.
More events canceled over COVID.
The highly contagious Delta variant has forced the cancellation of the New York Auto Show a little over 2 weeks before its scheduled start. The show's president says with the COVID surge, circumstances have changed, making it more difficult to create a show to their high standards. The show has been canceled before automakers' trucks left warehouses, which would have driven up the cost for organizers. The New York Auto Show will come in April 2022. Chicago squeezed in a mini show last month with a full show on the schedule for February. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
An Associated Press count just finds that a majority of the New York State Assembly are now in favor of impeaching Governor Andrew Cuomo if he does not resign. It's after findings that he sexually harassed at least 11 women. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio says Cuomo should be criminally charged.
If you assault a woman, you do something against her will sexually, that's criminal. And the Albany County District Attorney is looking at that, and I think he should be charged.
NOAA says the 2021 hurricane outlook seems more aggressive than ever. CBS News meteorologist Jeff Birardelli.
So far this season, we've had 5 named storms. Quiet right now, but the overall climate pattern is now becoming more conducive to development in the Atlantic. In fact, we're likely to see a named storm form within the next few days or maybe a week, and then activity really begins to ramp up later this month, so later in August, and also into September.
Simone Biles speaks out about what may have played a role in her pulling out of several Olympic events.
The 24-year-old gymnast has talked about Larry Nassar before. He's the former USA gymnastics team doctor who's behind bars for sexually abusing more than 150 victims. Biles was one of them. She was asked on NBC's Today Show if maybe that impacted her performance.
Maybe in the back of my head, probably yes, because there are certain triggers that you don't even know.
Before the games even began, Biles said she wanted to compete to advocate for change in the sport.
It's not going to be buried under the rug, and it will still be a very big conversation. So we still have to protect those athletes and figure out why it happened.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
At the close, the Dow lost 323. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. Well, I guess it's about perspective. The glass is half full. All right, well, there you go. Boy, that governor of New York, he's in big trouble. But not too big a trouble because he's a Democrat. I would hate to see what they would do to him if he was Republican. They'd break out the old steak and get out the barbecue fuel. Alright, that's enough out of me and my perspective. Nobody wants to hear my perspective. Unless you do, well, then you were crazier than I thought. Oh, I don't want to, I guess, put down my subscribers, so I better just whistle you out. As always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News Adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.